Hi everyone, this is Cherie from Posh Classy Mom. Welcome to my channel. Wow, it's been so long since I made the last video. I hope you watched it. It is Go Designer Shop with me, and I visited Chanel, Gucci, and a bunch of other stores, Tiffany. So if you haven't seen it, please watch it here. But today we are going to do a splurge or steal. Yes, I know I haven't done one of these things in forever. So it is back, and I hope you guys are ready because today we are going to talk about one of the hottest shoe designers and the shoe style in the fashion industry. It is the Amina Muaddi clear PVC heels. So I have the real shoes behind me as well as some of the dupes that I was able to find on the internet. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a good one. I am going to review all the details, compare them, and let you guys know if it's worth the splurge or go for the steal. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so a few ground rules. If you watch my channel, you already know that I support the designers, the originals, 100%. And what I was able to find on the internet are not duplicates, they are knockoffs, they are lookalikes, they are inspired. What is the difference, you ask? The duplicates will have the designer name and look exactly the same, but they are not from the designer. The knockoffs, duplicates, or inspired will be made by other brands that aspires to be that particular style, but there are some minor differences that sets them apart, so they won't get into a lawsuit. So I encourage everyone to buy and support the original designer and the brand if you can. However, if you are financially strapped, that's where my channel comes in, and you can find the dupes and lookalikes for a lot less. So let's get into the review. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed that unboxing video with lots of close-up, lots of bling. And here it is, bright, shiny, and beautiful. And of course, you know, I actually blinged up my nails today just so that I could match the shoes. It's very fitting. So here it is. This is the original Amina Muaddi shoes. This is in the color purple because I am unable to find the clear one. They are sold out everywhere on the internet. It doesn't matter what site I looked, I am unable to find it. My essay at Saks came through. So this is the purple version of the original clear heels. It is incredibly beautiful if you can see the details. Oh my goodness. Her signature pyramid-like heels. This Begum in the color lilac also comes in many other colors. They retail for a whopping $11.30 across the internet. If you're able to find a deal, good for you, but retail full price is $11.30. I'm going to show you the duplicates that I was able to find on the internet, and we're going to compare them right now. All right, so as you can see, I have two pairs of dupes that I found on the internet that looks just like the original Amina's. I'm going to go through them one at a time, starting with this one that I found on good old Amazon. So Amazon has this brand called Wet Kiss. They make similar designer style for other brands, and this is the one that I found that looks most similar to these Amina's. And let's put them side by side. I ordered a size 38 because it only comes in full sizes, not halves. This Amina one is a 37.5, which is my size. And these are 7 or 8, and I aired up because it's always to have more room than to be super tight and squeezy, particularly when it comes to these PVC heels. So let's put them side by side next to each other, and of course, right off the bat, you can see that these crystals embellishment on these Amazon Wet Kiss ones are much smaller than the Amina's. So Amina's goes expand the box of the heels, and this kind of barely just covers it. And also the Aminos are much more narrow versus this one, it looks more wide. And also, let's see up close, the tip of these Amina heels are much pointier than these. These are more rounded. I'm going to put them kind of next to each other, and you can see just how much more narrow these Aminas are, and I can put a ruler. So you see behind is the Amazon Find, and in front is the Amina's. You can just see like this whole part is the extra room from the Amazon Find. And also, let's look at these heels. I think the heels are pretty much exactly the same size, which means you will be very stable when you walk around. Yes, they are. So the only difference, oh, actually, you know what? Not exactly. So the straps of these Amina Muaddi ones versus the clear strap of these, it's much more easy to see because this is colored. The original Amina is much thinner for the back strap versus this one. It's a lot wider. It gives you probably, I'm guessing, a lot more hold when you wear it, but these are a lot thicker. I'm going to put a ruler next to them so you can see the difference. So these back straps at the widest is about an inch thick, and then when it comes to the back of the heel, it goes to a quarter of an inch. Here you go. Let's line it up there. Quarter of an inch. And then the Amina ones, they are only, I'm sorry, that one is 3/4. This one is just a quarter of an inch, so even less than half at the thinnest, and about half at the thickest. So here you go. This is contender number 1. Obviously, I can tell you these crystal embellishments from the original Amina's are beautiful. They're shiny and sparkly. Everything is even. Versus these, they are, let's see. They are shiny and sparkly as well, but you can tell they're very cheap. The material is very cheap, and also the way that it is mounted on, I don't think I can show this. Basically, it's just glued on. It's glued onto another piece of PVC, which is then glued on to the shoes. I don't know if you can see this. So it might fall off at some point. I don't know. But the original Amina's, they are studded on with a nail all across inside of the shoes. I don't know if you can see it. Boop, boop. Okay, here we go. Do you see, guys? You guys see these like little studs there? Those are the nails. So they will not fall off. Versus this, I'm not so sure. So this is the first one, Amazon Find. And then now we come to the second one I found on eBay. Now this one's a bit tricky because it is unbranded. However, if you actually look at it, they did put a brand when it's shipped to me. It's called Haisha. And they actually try to mimic Amina quite well. From the soles, the nude colored soles, all the way to the size of these crystals. They're actually very, very, very similar. So let me do a little bit of measurement for you. Alrighty, so these straps are thinner than the Amazon Find, but it's thicker than the original Amina Muaddi ones. So it is at the thickest point, I would say 5/8 of an inch. So a little over half. And then at the thinnest part, it is half an inch. Here you go. There you go. Okay, so strap-wise, I would say these are extremely similar. And you can see that they're also very narrow at the box as well. Let's put them side by side next to each other. Oh, this also comes in full size only, so it's either a 7 or 8, 37, 38. There's no half sizes on these eBay finds, so I got a 38 size up as usual. So let's see. The width of this one, it's not as wide as the Amazon find, but this part is a little bit wider. So if you have a wide feet, I would say that the Amazon one or this one would be a more friendly option for you, versus the Amina is extremely narrow. It's not good with anyone who has wide feet or thick feet or anything of that matter. So here we go. Let's put them side by side. There you go. And then let's look at the heel sizes. It's also a cylinder. They look and measure exactly the same. There you go. So one thing I noticed on these eBay ones is that it actually comes with these ventilation holes. If you have ever worn a PVC heels, you will know that your feet will be sweaty. I mean, like gross sweaty. You'll see your toes starting to like crunch up, and it's just not a pretty sight. So having these ventilation is very, very helpful. You don't want a Kim Kardashian heavily pregnant moment. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this one, I would say, is probably a better comparison in terms of likeness than the Amazon find. And of course, I love the size of this. It is very, very similar to the original. You can see. Obviously, when you put them side by side, the sparkle cannot parallel to the original. This is also very cheap. It looks cheap close up, but from far away, it pretty much looks very similar. And now let's talk about the attachment of these buckles. So remember the other one is glued on? This one actually is better because you see inside, they actually, let's move this out of the way. You can see, there it is. You can actually see these almost like nails that are stud on, and it's attached to this embellishment. So my guess is this actually stays on a lot better than these glued on pieces that I found on Amazon. So that is for comparison. That's all for comparison. So that is all for comparison. I am going to put them on and show you how they look on the feet and whether or not they are comfortable. Alrighty guys, you've seen them on my feet, both of them compared to the original. In terms of comfort, I would have to say that this eBay one is the most comfortable out of the all three. The Amazon one ran big on my feet. They were slipping off. This barely attached to my heel. So I am definitely going to return this because it's just not my size. However, the Amina one is extremely narrow. Probably it will expand. The PVC is a material that expands over time and also morphs to your feet. However, it does feel very constricting. It's very tight, it's very narrow. So like I said, unless you have a very bony feet, these are not that comfortable. They're like the Christian Louboutins. They're only good to look at, but not really walk a mile in them. So in terms of comfort, my number one actually goes to the eBay one. And I also like that it has ventilation so that when you sweat, it actually evaporates a little bit. So a little bit helps better than having none. So let's talk about pricing. This Amazon find is this particular style is $49.99 on Amazon. I have it linked in my description below. They also sell other Amina Muaddi styles that's very similar. There's the butterfly one. There's also different colors that comes in this. I think there's a gold one as well. So if you are interested, you can find it in the link in the description below. And this one I found on eBay. There are multiple sellers that sells the exact same shoe, and the pricing is very different. This one that I bought was $40, and I will link it as well. And there are also sellers that sells for $20-something. I will link them too, but I can't guarantee how quickly you will get these because supposedly they came from either China or Mexico. Who knows? So this is also going to be linked in my description below. So now that we are done with the comparison, let me make my conclusion. I think the Amina one is extremely beautiful. It's original. There's a reason why it's so popular because it's one of a kind. She came out with the style first, and there's many other similar Amina ones, either fabric or different PVCs. There's one without the embellishment that's for $700-something. But I would say that for $11.30, if you are a huge Amina fan, you support her, this is probably, the original is probably what you should go for, because it's always good to support a designer and their original style and their original design. However, it's very steep in price. It's definitely not for everyone. It's not for every day. So if you are tight on budget and you have a wider feet, I would suggest you go for the Amazon Wet Kiss ones, and also you can go for this one if you have a narrower feet. Also, you can find them on eBay. All in all, I would say this one for me, I think it's actually a steal. The eBay one is a really good steal for the original Amina Muaddi ones. I would splurge if I am really passionate about her brand and really passionate about her design, and I am a big fan of hers. But you know, for $11.30, it is really a chunk of a change that you can probably afford as like a rent or something. So Splurge or Steal version, Amina Muaddi, I would say I would do the steal. I'm so sorry, Amina, but I would also support her design if I can find other cheaper versions or when it goes on sale. I highly doubt it because these shoes are super hard to find and they sell out in multiple colors in all the sizes. So that is all my conclusion for today on the Splurge or Steal Amina Muaddi versus the lookalikes inspired. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the notification button so that when I have new videos out, there will be more Splurge or Steal coming out, I guarantee you. You are first to know. That's all for today. Thank you all for watching. Love you.